Okay, so now that your altar is painted, and of course you can paint it any color and any way you wish, I should probably mention that you should paint it until you get the look that you want. I think two coats tends to coat pretty good, and you can still see the wood or whatever you're using underneath. And that if you happen to use too much paint, I always recommend putting it back in the bottle somehow, so that way you're not wasting paint and everything like that. So the next step that you would want to do if you want to decorate your altar or anything in any sort of way would be to use stencils if you're not a good drawer like myself, and some graphite paper. Now normally you have a couple of choices with your graphite paper. You have either white or black, and you should choose your graphite paper dependent on the color that you use. If you happen to use white, of course go with black. If you happen to use black, then of course go with white. Um, if you happen to paint it like brown or red, kind of go with, what you think you're going to be able to see. You want to be able to see what you're doing. So I'm going to use the white since I painted my black. And you can basically really just follow the directions. And that's on there. And you just, of course, put the graphite side down. And be really careful because this stuff does come up. So you don't want to do anything. I'm not going to put that down. Be careful, like, don't scratch or anything like that because it will transfer to what you want. And just like that, and you can kind of eyeball it like that. And then, of course, now if you're one of those people who gets really clumsy, you can take this down. I'm fairly good at not moving stuff too much when I'm doing this. And since I've already done this kind of shape before, I can kind of, just, pretty much kind of put it back to where it was. And you just grab a pen. It doesn't matter what color pen it is, because it's not going on there. And you just trace. Like that. Like that. And then you carefully lift off your stencil. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm doing, you can put whatever symbols you want on here. Like that. I chose to do the goddess symbol. And I just got a circle and some moons. And make sure you press pretty good so that way your stencil will be transferred. But don't press too hard because you don't want to go through your graphite paper. And graphite paper is pretty good because it can be reused kind of often. So that way you don't have to keep buying it over and over and over again. And we're just going to transfer it to the other side. Kind of line that up. And there we go. And again, lift it up like that, and then slowly pull this up. And that's okay, it's all going to be painted the same color anyway. And voila, there you go. So since I've decided, you can see, if you can see, just like right there, there's a line. That's what I'm talking about. Just be a little careful about that. And I'm going to do that on my other side because I decided that I would like to have a little something something on the bottom. Not like you're really ever going to see it. I would have put it on the sides, but the stencil, if I can find it, it's a little too big. When you do this, you're going to kind of want to gauge what you got, and I think it's best to always put designs that kind of match the size of what you got. You don't want something too small, you don't want something too big, you want something just right. So when you're at the craft shop or the craft store, you know, just kind of model it out on your altar or whatever, and people aren't going to think you're weird there if you do that. And again, we're just gonna take the spirals and like that, and around we go. Really simple, really easy, nothing too hard. There we go. And lift, and be careful, put your pen down, of course. That's down. And there we go. And see, there you go. And I'm just going to do this on 3 more sides, and then I will paint them, and I will show you how to do that, but it's going to be really, really easy.